Happy National Ceiling Fan Day, guys. Today is devoted to switching off your aircon and relying on ceiling fans to keep you cool instead of your aircon because they use less electricity. It's not about collectors switching their fans on, because collectors' fans are already on, trust me. But yes, for the average person, National Ceiling Fan Day is about not using your aircon. But collectors take it as a tradition to make a video of the fans in their house, which is something I recently did, but I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to demonstrate the speeds on all but one of them, and that one is the one on my back porch, because I'm actually going to make a separate video of that at some point. But anyways, in my bedroom here we still have the same GEC Windsor. I was about to say GEC Bianca because that's a more common model of these. Here's a label on it. And here's another label on it. There's a bunch of labels on it. I think I mentioned I got this on Facebook Marketplace for $25 with the Wingtat Industrial. This is not actually completely how it came. Since you last saw it, I've put a shorter down rod on it. The down rod I have right here. This is the original down rod to it. Put a shorter one on there. To make it hang up a bit higher, because this ceiling in this room is kind of low. I think it's 2.4 meters. I'm not actually too sure though, but it should be around that. And I've also put a different, you can't see it, but I put a different light bulb socket in there because I was trying to use a smart bulb in it, but the smart bulb didn't fit in the schoolhouse globe. This is the smart bulb, and it's longer than the schoolhouse globe. It's kind of hard to tell, but it didn't fit, and it still doesn't fit. It barely fits now, because what I did, I have it here. I did have it here. I don't know where it's gone. It's gone with hiding. Yes, here it is. This is the original socket that was in the light kit, and I put a more lower profile brass one in there, but it still doesn't fit, so I've got one more trick up my sleeve to make it fit, and if that doesn't work, then I'm just going to give up on having a smart bulb in it. So right now it actually just has the original CFL that was in there, so I can have the glass cover on it. So there's that. Started out on low. This is an unoriginal 3-speed controller that I actually made. It's got custom values, it's got custom capacitor values in it. So this speed, which is speed 1 or low, this has a 1 microfarad capacitor in it. Because Australia is 240 volt, we have lower capacitor values on our fan controls. So 1 microfarad is actually quite low. The standard, I think, for modern fans is 1.2. But the biggest value control, because most of our capacitor controls are actually only 3-speed, and I think the biggest one I have is 2.5. Or maybe 3.5. I think it's 3.5. Can't actually remember. But there's the Wingtat that's installed in the garage has a pretty big controller on it. I think it's like 2.5 for low and 3.5 for medium, or 2 for low and 3.5 for medium. I can't remember actually. So that's what low looks like. Now I'll bump it up to medium, which medium, I actually use it on the most. This fan gets used pretty much whenever I'm home. The only time it gets a break is when I'm at school or TAFE or not home pretty much. And it gets used all night, every night, and most of the day when I'm home as well. I should mention, National Ceiling Fan Day was actually yesterday for me. Today's the 19th. But I didn't take a video yesterday because I wasn't actually home. I was on work experience. But anyways, this is what medium looks like. This is 2 microfarad capacitor. And then obviously high is just going to be straight high. It's rather noisy on high. It usually is rather noisy on high. It's been quiet at the moment because I tightened up the screws on the globe. But yeah, that's what high looks like. Turn it off. I have these oyster lights in my room too. 2 of them. There is downlights behind them, but I put the oyster lights over the downlights and plug the oyster lights in. to where the downlight's plugged in, because I don't like downlights. And yeah, that wall sconce has a smart bulb in it, but it doesn't work. I've been trying to get some smart, I just turned it on. I've been trying to get smart bulbs working, because I've got some. I've been trying to get them working, and only one of them works, and it's the one that I don't have plugged in at the moment, which makes the most sense. But it's the one that's usually in the fan light kit, and it usually works all the time. But if you've been following me, you'll know that my phone is having issues at the moment, and that's why I'm not using it to film this video. But eventually I'm going to get all these smart bulbs working. I've got that one in that wall sconce, and then one in this pendant light over here. That's a smart bulb. And I'm eventually going to get them all working and get an Alexa speaker to control them with as well, because at the moment I just control them with my phone. And I want to put them in these oyster lights too. Get some more. Okay, so that's the GC Bianca. And over here is the Martech that was actually hanging where the Bianca is before. It was hanging there, but I took it down when I got... No, Bianca, I keep saying Bianca. Windsor. The GC Windsor. This Martech was hanging where the Windsor is before. There's the motor. These are made by Tat, as you can probably tell. They look very tattish. This is very dusty. This ran for like 24/7 for 2 weeks or something, and a lot more than that as well. It ran a lot when it was up. But it's not up anymore. If I could have more than one fan in my room, I'd definitely put that fan like over here probably, but parents won't allow it. So now let's go out to the workshop where all the magic happens. I just turned on this spotlight that I use for videoing so that you can see what's going on here, because otherwise you can't really see what's going on here. We'll get to this in a minute. You haven't seen this yet. This is the wing tat. As you can see, because it's Australia, it's actually labelled Mistral Air, but it's made by Wingtat, and I'm probably going to install a shorter down rod on this, or at least paint that one. I'm thinking about putting this in my room, but I'm still undecided. Let me know what you think. Should I put this fan in my room for a bit? Maybe. Anyway, it's currently the controllers are all set to medium. I've got all these controllers rigged up here on this PowerPoint, which is controlled by a switch, which I just turned on, and I'll also turn on the shop lights. Get some also preheat fluorescent action. Also got this little clamp light here with a CFL. Anyway, what should we do? Let's set the tat to low, right there. I forget what values this is, and we'll talk about this fan. This is a Martech BDF series that I got from an electrician a little while ago. Let's unwrap this pull chain. I have it wrapped up because I usually don't use it. It's usually just set to high and I use it wall control. Actually no, not usually, it's just that's what I've been doing since it's been here. There we go, pull chain's unwrapped. I've got a really long extension on it just for funsies. But the original chain just goes to here, and that was what it was on when I got it. Anyway, I'm waffling. This is a Martech BDF series. I got it from an electrician. It has a really long down rod on original. It like hung down to about here, because he had it on a sloped ceiling. I actually have a photo of it that I'll splice in here if I can. But as you could see in that photo, it only had 3 blades because one of them broke off. That's why I have it. He was cleaning it and he broke it off, and he had my number from previous things, so he called me and said, hey, do you want this? And I said yeah. But here's the broken blade arm. As you can see, I kind of jerry-rigged it up with a bit of sheet metal. Just you can't really see very well. Over here, yeah, there we go. Sheet metal behind there with the screws going through it, and then the sheet metal it's through this screw as well. So, and then I've got this, which I just have to tighten up every now and then when it stretches. So that's the BDF series. I have it on it. It's actually not a down rod. It's actually like bar that they make shower screens from, because I have one of that for some reason. I'll get my chair and I'll show you the label. It's too high up. I can't see what I'm. Camera display isn't great. Here's one label, and I think is there another one? Yeah. Here's the actual label with the information of the fan. I've no idea if you can see that, but it's a Martech BDF series. I have catalogues and everything with this fan in too, so it's pretty cool. It has a lot of surface rust. I'm still trying to work out how I want to tackle that. And it also needs a new pull chain switch, which I need to buy one. because this one's just a bit snotty and it sometimes arcs and stuff. So I'll turn the controller on to high. I think I set the fan to off. Yes, I did. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is go high, medium, low. Okay. Dog. Sorry. Actually, no, I won't shut this door. Leave it open. This is what the factory low looks like. This is my first G vent fan. I do have other fans with it are controlled by 3-speed pull chain. There's one up there, and then I have the Omega Parrot, which you've seen. That one I would make a video of, but it isn't working at the moment. The reverse switch on it's messed up. I need to fix that. This wobble's pretty bad because of that broken blade arm. Off, high, medium. That's what medium looks like. Wobble's pretty bad, as you can see by the chain there. I need to get a new pull chain switch for it. Low, off, high. Yeah, arced then. Gives me a jump. Not a shock, but it gives me a fright usually when it does that. So I need to get a new pull chain for it. That's what high looks like. And then I'll shut this door so that we don't have the daylight messing with the video, and I'll do a demonstration of the tat. This is what low looks like. And I'll stick it on medium. It gets used on medium quite a lot. Medium's the difference. Medium's between low and high. Well, obviously because it's medium, but like it's a pretty fast medium because I have a pretty high value capacitor, and because I like slow lows and fast mediums, but like not as fast as high. So yeah, this is what medium looks like, and then we'll stick it onto high finally. This thing whips. This thing moves a ton of air. And then there's the BDF series again. BDF series moves less air than I would expect because, well, it's decorative. It's not really meant to move a lot of air. It's just meant to be decorative. But because it's 52-inch, it does move kind of a bit of air. Also, there's a street light that I have installed in here. A video on those coming soon. I have 2 of them. CSE things. They look like wheat grain lights, but anyway. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up this switch, which turns off that power point, which cuts power to the controls. So, off, that's both the TAT and the Martec. I'll come back over here. The Martec stops first because its bearings are kind of trash. I used to have street fans installed here, but that was before I put that supporting beam in there. Ever since I put that supporting beam in here, this rig has been a lot more sturdy. Quite happy with that supporting beam. Gave me a better place to put the controls too. BDF stopped. I'll put my chair over here for something I'm about to show you in a second. You've obviously seen this TAT spinning down before, but I'll show you all anyway. The bearings in this fan are very good. They make a bit of noise, but they're very good. Okay. So, well, what we'll do, we'll set the Martec's still on high, so we'll set that to low on the controller, and we'll set the TAT to low as well. I'm not going to turn them on just yet. Right, here's the Mistral Union. There's the blades for it. I need to put it away properly. But right here we have this desk fan that I got recently at a garage sale for $2. It's made by Gnet, which is a company I've never heard of before. And can I make it work? There's a lot of stuff in front of my power points. Crap, I just turned on a light. That fan fell and it turned on a light. Yeah, here we go. Isn't really any rhyme or reason to have this fan up here, I just do it. It's set to high. Only medium and high work, the low speed doesn't work for some reason. Turn that off. And coming out here, I've got all this plastic on the floor. It was meant to be leaning up here, but it blew over in the storms last night. In the shed, I have some stuff. And there's my camera tripod. In here I have 2 Martex. These are made by TAT again. All UFO Martex, I believe, are made by TAT. I've been disagreed with before, but I've also been agreed with before, so I don't know what to believe, but they look pretty TAT made to me, so that's what I'm going with. This one is missing a label. They're both on this Hunter 3-speed wall control. Turn on some lights. So that light reads the picture a bit. Yeah, I made these blades for them myself. These are originally 48-inch blade fans with canewood blades. Can't speak. They have canewood blades as original, but I put these short blades on. I believe they have like a 30-inch blade span now or something really small like that. But they work well. These blades weigh a little bit more than the cane blades because they're made out of really compressed MDF. Wow, that's high. Okay. So here's low. That lower canopy was up before, but it just fell. I forget why I had it up, if I'm being honest. So that's what low looks like. This one doesn't wobble at all on any of the speeds. That one wobbles a bit on all of the speeds, as you can see. It's starting now. Also, they're both just on plugs, and those power points are wired, well, they're not power points, they're actually 413s. They're just wired to the controller. Here's medium. I use these quite a lot on medium whenever it smells a bit funny in here or feels musky. I stick these on just for a bit of circulation, as well as that exhaust fan over there. We'll get to that in a minute. So this one here runs pretty flawlessly. It has quiet bearings, balanced. That one over there has noisy bearings and wobbles a bit, but that's okay. And the blades on it are kind of tacky as well because I ran out of the wider MDF, so the blades on it are a bit too skinny. We'll put it onto high. They spin really, really fast. And they move a pretty good amount of air as well, which actually quite surprised me the first time I turned them on. Obviously you can't really feel it. You can see the pull chain on that pull chain light over there. It's kind of swinging. I don't know if that gives you an idea of how much air these things move. But anyways, we'll go ahead and turn them off. And I'm going to just crouch down here so that I'm not standing up, because these things do take quite a while to spin down. The one that shakes, the one that wobbles actually spins for longer. The one that's perfectly balanced stops first. I don't know how or why that makes sense, but it does apparently. And these are a childhood fan for me. There was a concert hall in my town. Oh, well, it still is there, but the fans are gone. That had, it originally had 6 of these without light kits, so it had the really weird looking nut on the bottom that the one in the brass one that I showed you before has. These ones originally had light kits. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'll show you what the light kits look like in a minute. But yeah, there was a concert hall that had 6 of these originally, and they slowly got replaced, but there was one that never got replaced and it wobbled really bad. The cane wood with the weird nut on the bottom, that one stopped. I believe they were the 80s ones as well. These ones are 90s. You can tell because the top of the motor's different. Okay, so there's that. I'll also show you some other things. Right there is an airflow, Clipsal Airflow CE250 exhaust fan on this vintage light switch. Kind of chatters at the beginning because the grill's kind of bent on it, but you can hear it running now. And when I turn it off, it's going to chatter again. That's just the blades hitting the grill because the grill's kind of messed up. It's also really dirty. On the floor here I have this exhaust fan. Fun fact about me, I don't really find exhaust fans to be particularly interesting. I don't actively collect them, but I had the opportunity to get this for free yesterday. It doesn't work. Well, I mean it does work, but it spins really slowly and I know what's wrong with it. It has a bad capacitor. And I am going to fix the capacitor and then I'll have a good working exhaust fan to install somewhere probably. Here's the inside. It has one of these motors. The capacitor's probably in there. It's a Lenco. So I can show you here. I quite like the grill design, which is the main reason I got it, because I quite like the grill design. There you go, Lenco draft stopper. And it just started raining. There's the information label on it. So yeah, I've got that. It has an earth plug, which is kind of nice. Most exhaust fans these days are double insulated, so they don't have an earth on the plug. But anyways, yeah, I've got that I need to fix. I've got 3 Omega Saharas in here that I recently got. These I did, so for those of you who don't know, on Fridays I do work experience, which basically I go out unpaid with electricians and for hands-on experience. And a couple of weeks ago we replaced these fans. They were all installed in a row on long down rods in this like mansion on the beach. This one, it doesn't have a down rod or canopies on it or anything. There's the motor, and my hand's covering the information label there. There's the canopies for it. The down rod, I stole the down rod off it for the GC Windsor in my room. That has its down rod. Has the information label. These ones are still complete. They were originally on like long down rods that would have stood up to about here when they were originally installed, but we took them down and installed modern generic fans. This is the box from one of them. You can see that as a modern generic fan. What was I saying? Yeah, so we took them down and installed those, and we reused the old down rods, the long down rods. So these short down rods that are on them now are from those new fans, and the down rod on the Windsor in my room is from one of those new fans. That's why that one's missing a down rod. There's the ball for that one that's missing a down rod. Is there any other fans in here? In here we've got one of these junky like DIY fans. I don't know the point of them. There's also a couple exhaust fans up there. One of them has a light, I believe. I've got too many exhaust fans. I need to throw away a couple of them, but I don't like throwing stuff away, so... Oh yeah, almost forgot. Right here, this is the Arlec fan. I don't think you've seen this yet. Yeah, no, I don't think you have. And then underneath it there we have a Hella Tyler. Let's move these. That's a stainless steel 4-blade fan. It's a generic, it has a generic motor on it. What else? Oh yeah, inside this box with the fluorescent tubes in it, there's a Mistral, 80s Mistral, I think it's like a 1530 style one. On a long down rod, as you can see, it has a long down rod, and the blades are in here too, but you can't see them. Yeah, I don't know how you can see that. I'm going to make a video of that fan eventually. Coming back out here, it's actually raining now, which is annoying. I just have to make a run for it. At least this camera's actually... I don't know if I mentioned before, this camera's waterproof, so... hopefully we'll make some underwater videos with it sometime soon. But anyways, over here is... if I can get over here, which I don't think I can. I'm going to stop. Over here is where I keep a majority of my ceiling fan collection, if I can open this door without squashing my leg. So I've got lights in here. Anyways, this is majority of my ceiling fans other than the ones that are installed or in the shed or sitting over there. But anyways, first, here we have this GEC. This is just a 3-blade 48-inch white fan. Actually, this is the this fan has the most views on my channel at the moment. It's the most popular video. I don't know why, because it was back before I had good lighting, before I talked in the videos. But yeah, this fan has the most views, so maybe I'll make a remake of it one day. Here we have Mistral MCFLA 48 Style 3, I believe. It's the most common Mistral with the plastic flower pot canopy. Yeah, I had it installed a while ago. I made a video of it, and it's in here now. Casablanca Delta that you've seen, with the clipper light kit and the Hangshaw mount. There's my other Omega Sahara. That one's slightly different to those other ones, in the way the blades mount, and it's also, like, I've had it for longer. There's a 3-arm chandelier light kit that I was trying to put onto one of my brass Casablanca Deltas at one point. I still might do that. There's a brass Casablanca Delta. I think this is the one that has bad bearings. Yes, that's the one that has bad bearings. Wattmaster WAT RCF12 that I still need to make a video of. SMC... what's the model number of that one? SMC KW48 in brown with a weird thing on the bottom that you can't see. Still need to make a video of that. It's actually labelled GEC. There you go. It's labelled GEC, but it's made by SMC, and it has terrible bearings, even worse than this fan. I already talked about that. That's the third Martech. That's the exact same as the one in the sheds. The ones in the shed. Got them at the same time. They came out of the same dumpster. They came out of the same house. That one still has the light kit on it. Oh, you can see that it's from 1998. That one there is an 80s Martech. So I can show you the difference between the 80s and the 90s ones. First of all, the 80s ones usually have Martech on the lower canopy, the 90s ones don't, but also, I don't know, I can't actually see the viewfinder in the camera, but in there's like a plate above the bearing with screws on it. These 90s ones don't have that, they're just stamped steel. So behind that, there's the Peter Pan Seabreeze. I don't know how you can see it. Peter Pan Seabreeze. And then behind that is a stainless steel. Oh, that doesn't work. Stainless steel Hella. I don't know how you can see that. Right there is one of my SMC rebranded Wattmasters. There's another one back there. I'll come over here and see. Yes, SMC Wattmasters, 2 of them there. The Seabreeze is right there in the middle of the screen right now. And then I've just got this $40 Bunnings cheapo crappy thing. I'm going to come back without knocking everything over. I bumped the camera, which probably isn't going to be great. Right over here, here's the third SMC Wattmaster. It's over here because I had it installed not long ago. I was going to make a video of it, but I never did. That's why it's here and not back over there, because I still need to make a video of it. This thing, I actually forget what brand this is. It's a modernish, generic-y fan. Here you go, Makeda. I don't like Makeda. I got this out of a dumpster. It had been rained on. It was actually full of water. I drained it and it still works. Light kit on it was totally done, so this is a Clipsal airflow light kit, which is actually broken glass. My plan for this fan is to actually install it outside pretty soon here, sorry. Going to install that outside and just run it into the ground. Halacina, these are like the cheapest, junkiest fans you can get in Australia. Other than Arlec. This one's got bad bearings. There you go, Halacina. Very, very garbagey fan. I mean, look at this, the light kit's literally stamped sheet metal. This is the thing that holds the glass in. I don't even know if I still have the glass, it's somewhere. But yeah, I believe that's it. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. That was everything I was going to show you for National Ceiling Fan Day. This video is probably quite long, sorry about that. Happy National Ceiling Fan Day from Willpower all the way in Australia. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.